Hey, I just wanted to give you some encouragement that can help you along the way in your weight loss journey or help you be mindful of certain things during this journey. One thing you really must remember, weight loss is not this. Weight loss does not just go straight down. It could be like a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. It can be nothing, then lose, nothing, then lose. So it just depends on your body. It depends on what you're doing, depends on what you're putting in it. And it also depends on, well, when you're paying attention to the scale, it depends on whether you're building muscle or not. Now, I was one to watch the scale because I just thoroughly enjoy seeing the numbers go down. Now, here's the thing. Because I was mentally ready for this weight loss journey, I came to a point where even if my numbers went up, because they went up and down. So even if they went up, I was okay. I was just looking at the numbers and seeing, okay, what did I do different that day or well, the day before or that week or whatever. I did not get upset or flustered if the weight stalled or went back up. I used it as a tracking measure to see, okay, what do I need to do different, if anything? Pretty much from the beginning, I was used to this. But then after I hit that 20-pound mark, it was like, I was like, wait a minute. So the first week after I lost those 20 pounds, I had only lost like 0.6 pounds. And that wasn't normal or on trend for what I was doing, the pattern that I had for myself. That was different. So I started tracking daily to see what was going on. I was also tracking because of, trying these mini cuts that I was telling you about in the last video. But I was trying to figure out, okay, why was I at such a standstill? And at first I thought I plateaued. And so I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? But then, and I'm forever learning in this thing. I'm not a professional, just researching all the time. So they claim on average, you lose about 1 or 2 pounds a week. So if you're looking at it, this is what I saw someone say. If you're looking at it in a 4-week span, and let's just say on average you lost 8 pounds a month, that doesn't mean you're going to lose weight every single week. The first week you might lose 4 pounds. The second and third week you might lose nothing. And the fourth week you might lose 4 more. So it just varies. It all depends or whatever. And also doing my mini cuts for 1 week, I upped my calorie intake. So that 1 week I literally stayed put. So the first week I only lost 0.6. Second week I stayed put. And so when I dropped my calories back down for that third week, that's when the weight loss started going again from how it was before. So I don't know if things would have been different had I just waited to see what would happen instead of going up in my calories and bringing it back down. But going the up and the down, which is what I'm researching now for the cut cycle, it does help with your metabolism. Did you know losing weight is different from losing fat? When you're losing weight, you can also be losing your muscle mass, and that's not what you want to do. You want to lose fat, not your muscle mass. So that's why, when people are in the gym and, the numbers on the scale aren't moving because you're building muscle. However, that fat is shedding. So I know I had my own thing about the scale. I wanted to see it drop into the ones, but now that I'm there, I'm going to start my toning and not pay attention to the scale as much, but get into losing fat versus muscle mass. You got to keep that muscle mass intact. You can do your own research about all that. Again, I'm not a fitness guru. Please take pictures, take measurements. Again, you don't always have to go by the scale. If you want to, sure, no problem. Don't obsess over it though. Don't get mad if the scale isn't doing what you think it should do. Use it as a tool to help you do something different. So measure yourself, whether it's your arms, your thighs, your waist, your breast, whatever. Measure what you want to measure. Take pictures. Again, you may not see it all in numbers, but you can see it in the pictures. It tells a big difference. Like literally this picture It was like somebody pumped me with air and I got deflated recently. So, so another thing, when it comes to the way you look at things, it may help you mentally to not pay attention to your bigger goal. So in other words, if you want to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it may be, don't look at the big number. One or two things that I think may be helpful. Either A, don't look at it at all. Just go through the process. It's a steady process. If it ain't quick, but just be steady with it. Keep moving through the process, and then you'll see the results as they come. So you're not necessarily focusing on the number. I got to meet that goal. You're just going with the process, and you're letting it happen as it comes. Or two, if you need to set a goal, set them smaller. So do like 5 or 10 pounds at a time versus 100 pounds. I got to lose 100. Okay, well, no, how about I got to lose 5? I got to lose 10. And just do it like that along the way. It's the small victories. The small victories are so important. I think I talked about that before. So yeah, don't knock yourself upside the head when you get flustered and you're seeing either your weight hadn't moved that week or your weight went up a little bit. No, use that as a guide. Understand that sometimes if you're building muscle, the numbers won't move. Understand that, okay, well, maybe my eating is different. And that's another thing when it came to me. The first month, I wasn't snacking at all. I wasn't, even though I could have, I wasn't. Because, again, I was researching. I was new to this thing. So I was eating regular, adding more healthy, but not snacking. So the second month, I started incorporating snacks and stuff. Now, mind you, I did portion size. However, I did see my eating was different. So maybe that's why I didn't lose as much from the first month. Or maybe I'm gaining more muscle. So, I don't necessarily have the answer as to, okay, I lost 20 the first month. Well, I didn't lose 20 the second month. And, it don't work like that. Again, this thing is an up and down process. But as long as you're moving forward, that's what counts. Now, mind you, I don't want to see the numbers go up like 5 pounds or nothing like that. I don't want to see that kind of inflation. Anyway, the way I'm doing it is steady and it yields results. You can also take the stress off by not giving yourself a timeline. Just take your time and take the stress out of it. Just move forward in the process. You will get there. If you think you messed up, do the right thing the next day. Or pick up from when you left off. Even if you're doing intermittent fasting. If you need to eat before 12 and after 8, it's okay. The other day, I didn't eat till almost 11 o'clock. It's okay. It is okay. So, I just can't stay there, but it's okay to fumble. Get back up, keep pressing. Don't beat yourself up. Keep it moving. That's it. You are human. If you're going to YouTube and doing research on different things like I do, you have to be mindful of what's best for you. Some people say do this. Some people say don't do this. Figure out what works for you. In the beginning of your journey, give yourself a couple of weeks before you see any type of anything because your body has to get used to you doing something different. You got to give yourself time to get the ball rolling. And sometimes you have to reset and readjust along the way. This is for you, not nobody else. If you're doing it for somebody else, it may be a little stressful. But if you're doing it for yourself, you take your time and do what you need to do for you. You're learning. You're learning as you go. So it's okay. Be at peace and just keep moving forward.